know, I'm wearing the same thing. I'm shooting 2 videos in one day because I am so behind on schedule. So let's just go with it. This is episode 3 of having a baby at home. I need to insert some type of jingle music. I don't know. Editing is a lot. It's a whole lot. But having our baby at home. So talking points for today. How am I preparing for an unmedicated birth? So basically, I know it's in the mainstream, it's like they call it a natural birth, but the proper terminology is an unmedicated birth because all birth is natural. You're having a human being. For home births, they have to be unmedicated because you aren't in the hospital setting. You don't have the option for the nitrous gas or an epidural or any type of induction or any type of intervention, medical intervention, because you're at home. So preparing for that, I've tried to do that from day one. It's not something that you can just walk into because then it's going to be a lot more challenging versus if it's something that you try to prepare for in the long haul. My main thing at the beginning, and this is something I did a lot in my first and second trimester, and then I got to my third trimester and I fell off, y'all. I fell off super hard. So exercising, movement, I was good about it. Like, I would make sure that at least 3 to 4 times a week, I was using my birthing ball. I was walking. I was doing prenatal Pilates. I was even lifting very light, maybe 5 to 6 pounds. Yoga, all of those good things. I was doing all of the things. And then third trimester got here, and I dropped the ball. Initially, it's because I was tired. Like, I was just so tired and sleepy, and then when I kind of got over that fatigue, I had ballooned up, and the third trimester is where I gained most of my weight. I've actually gained about 50 pounds at this point, and I want to say like 30 of that came in this third trimester, and so that was a big adjustment to me, not to mention that with the seasons changing, it was kind of hard for me to keep on walking outside, and then also it was a change of setting. For the first part of my pregnancy mainly, I was on the road with my husband, and we were staying at a location where I had access to a gym, and now that I am based home at my parents' house where I will be birthing the baby, it is a lot harder to do home workouts because the area that I used to use prior to us becoming dog people is now the dog area, and as y'all told y'all, like the smells, and then they will not let me work out without like whining or just needing my attention. So then I get distracted, and then I get frustrated, and then I just end up not working out. So currently, my mom, my parents are doing like some renovations and some redecorating so that we will have a new space that is not dog friendly and the dogs can't go in there. So ideally, I'll be able to use that room to exercise inside, especially since it's cold and I can't really go outside. So hopefully that'll be happening here soon. And then once I do postnatal as well, it'll be a situation where I'm just gonna have to buckle down and make these home workouts happen. So exercising, like stretching, that is a great way to prepare your body physically for unmedicated birth. Now talking about like mental preparation, there are a lot of like birthing classes you can take that will educate you or brief you on the processes and the different stages of labor. My choice was Hypnobabies, which is a self-hypnosis. Adonis, where are you? Adonis, don't make me get up. Sorry, that's my dog. My mom's trying to do stuff and he's being needy. So back to what I was saying, Hypnobabies. It's a self-hypnosis class. It's about 5 weeks long, and they're 30-minute sessions. You can get the MP3, so you can download it on your phone or your laptop, or you can be frugal like me and get the CD version. I bought a used CD version for about $70 off of Amazon. The original one was like $140. So I get a CD player and I listen to the classes. You're supposed to do it about every day, and they teach you different self hypnosis techniques for you to practice in preparation, different visualizations, imageries to get ready. A lot of it is the mindset that you can have a pain-free birthing experience. You can also have a uncomfortable or an experience where you experience discomfort, but you're still able to work through it because you know at the end you have a goal. Like it's a journey, it's a marathon. Your body's opening up. It can help you with stalled labor and different techniques along those. So for me, I'm not even gonna lie, it's been really challenging because I fall asleep. Like they get you really calm and in an oasis and in a very loopy type of feel, and it's so easy for me to fall asleep. So I have to push myself to wake up or to stay awake and to use these exercises so that on the day of me birthing my baby, I don't just freak out. The more I practice, the better I get at it. But in the beginning, it was really challenging, and I mentioned it to my midwife, and she was like, I want you to have this baby at home, so your best bet is to treat this like a job and just push through it. So I've been doing better at listening to it and practicing it. And I feel that even if I don't use all the techniques, just just being able to use some of them has helped me out already. Back to like the physical part of preparing for an unmedicated birth or preparing a birth at home. I've been seeing a chiropractor for about maybe a month and a half, going on 2 months, and it has been very beneficial. Like initially, I was struggling to find one in my price range, and then thankfully, my midwife, shout out to my midwife, y'all, recommended a certain practice to me where they do not take appointments, it's walk-ins only, but they're so much more affordable. For instance, one session there is about 15 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes, and it's $25 versus when I was going to a private chiropractor that did take appointments and health insurance. With my copay, it was 55 an appointment. So I've been able to spend $75 at this place and get 4 sessions. So I've been going once a week. The chiropractor, the doctor is also trained in the Webster technique, which is a technique used to flip a breech baby, which my baby was breeched, and he did administer the technique on me. And when I went in, he was head down. Now, I don't want to say it was specifically because of him, but I'm not saying it wasn't because of him. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's worth it. Like if you can afford it, I know it's something else to budget for, but I definitely recommend it, especially as I'm getting into the third trimester. Like I had an adjustment yesterday, and I was able to walk so much better today. Like my hips and my lower back and like the discomfort afterwards, it's an adjustment. It takes some getting used to because you are gonna feel very wonky, but once you get in the habit of it, it's like I needed that. My mom has even started going with me, and she said that she sees the benefits. Mom, do you like going to the chiropractor? Yes, my mom said that. So she was having a brain fog. Like she couldn't find anything. She was forgetting everything, and she started getting adjustments, and she's being able to focus and see things more clearly. So I don't want to sit there and say that's the only reason, but I am going to say that I'm an advocate for chiropractic care. And I've also, throughout the course of my pregnancy, probably about 3 times now, I've received prenatal massages, and they help. Like they really help me too with the different soreness and the discomfort and just the growing pains, and like I said, gaining 50 pounds in the course of this pregnancy, and this being the highest weight I've ever been at. It's a really big adjustment for like my body carrying this weight. So between the chiropractor and the prenatal massages, it's kind of helped to ease the process. For the massages, just to make it more economical, I go to the massage school, so it's a lot cheaper than if I went to the full on companies. Moving on. So nutrition, another way to prepare for an unmedicated birth. Nora tea or red raspberry leaf tea. That's the go-to for everybody in the birthing community. It helps for preparing your uterus to expel the baby. It also helps for cramps, PMS, all of those different things that deal with your fertility. So drinking about 2 cups of that a day, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I struggle with that sometimes too. Now I'm doing it all the time because I'm trying to get this baby out. Once again, I'm at 37 weeks. This is us right here. I'm trying to get him out, so I'm making sure I drink that tea on the regular. Prenatal vitamins, taking those every day. I'm not a big pill person, and those horse pills, capsules are not for me. So I do use the Vitafusion gummies. They're not super tasty, but they're not terrible either. Increasing your water intake, like so much water, so much water. You're gonna be peeing, get used to it because it's nothing like being thirsty. And I also heard like it helps you to prepare for breastfeeding when you're gonna be needing to drink a lot of water then too. So just get in the habit, get into it. Supplements. So when they do all the blood testing, they found that my vitamin D and my iron were low, so I have to take vitamin D and iron supplements in addition to the prenatal vitamins. I also take probiotics to fight against GBS, strep, which can happen. You can be positive in birthing moms, and it can be transferred to the baby. So to prevent that, I take probiotics recommended by my midwife at the beginning of my pregnancy. Protein. I don't know if I mentioned it in any of the videos, but at one of my ultrasounds, I know I had a lot, which is not the norm, but at one of my ultrasounds, they saw that they believed that my baby had a low birth weight, and they recommended that I increase my protein intake. So once they said that, I began eating eggs basically every day. I'm not a big meat person, and I can probably do without as much as most people, but in the benefit and in the interest of getting the most amount of protein for my baby to help increase his size, I did start eating more salmon and chicken, also Greek yogurt, different green vegetables, kale, broccoli, beans for sure, just to try to up my protein intake because I am creating a life. So once my baby's safely born and here, and I've breastfed to the point that I wanted to, I can go back to my normal diet. But as for now, it's a sacrifice that I am making. What else did I have down? Oh, last but not least, having an unmedicated birth. I looked at a lot of blogs, y'all. I've looked at a lot of social media. There's an Instagram page, Badass Mother Birther, that shows unmedicated births. It shows people having their babies at home unmedicated, people having their babies in the hospitals, people having their babies in birthing centers, standing up, sitting down, on the toilet, in the shower, on the tub. They've shown actual visual and graphics so that I can see that it can be done. Because like I said, I don't know anybody who's had a home birth. Most of the people that I know have actually had, they've either had C-sections or they've had medicated epidurals or they've had unmedicated births but at the hospital. So it's a totally different situation seeing somebody have their baby at home. Books, Ina May Gaskin, who's like the mother of midwifery, her first book was Spiritual Midwifery. Now it's called Birth Within. I'm still working on that book, y'all. And I'm usually an avid reader, but my attention span has been so all over. I don't know if it's pregnancy brain or just like I feel like I need to do a million things at once, but then I get overwhelmed and I just try to take a nap. Now I'm not sleeping well. First and second trimester, I was sleeping like a champ. Now I wake up like every hour and a half to go pee, or like he's moving, or I'm tired of sleeping on my hips, or it's just I'm ready for him to go ahead and come out now. But books, blogs, social media, they all help me to prepare for the process. Facebook groups, I'm a part of some different Facebook home birth groups, so seeing those moms gives me confidence and inspiration. I had to take a break from them now and mute them because all of them are having their babies, so I'm feeling very not vengeful, but I'm feeling like resentful. Like, when is my baby gonna come? But I want him to stay in there as long as he needs to. So those were resources, and now I'm kind of taking a break from them. And those are my main ways of preparing for unmedicated birth. You can't really be prepared for birth, and unless you've already had a baby, especially as a first-time mom. I don't know what to expect, but I'm doing my best to get ready. You feel me? And that is concluding the third episode of Having a Baby at Home. I will see you all later on episode 4, which will be probably a wrap up. I don't know. I may not even do this episode until after I actually have the baby at home, or I may give you all a unboxing video of the birth pool. We shall see. Have a good one, y'all.